Hi, this is Patrick Stockhausen here, financial trader, investor, entrepreneur, man obsessed by looking at the stock market. So, I just had a quick impromptu call with 7 of my friends, looking at the markets, and this is what I'm looking at, because I'm getting lots of emails saying, you need to be careful about the markets, you need to hedge your portfolio. And I'm hedged. I've been long the market since 2013, 12. And then I have things that automatically hedge at certain places if certain X, Y, or Z condition actually happens. But it doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to make money off it. It's just hedging. And it only starts profiting from it if it drops so far. But here's the deal. Every time the market sells off, we get one of these calls or emails. The gurus say to you, oh, this time it's going to go down. This thing is going to go down. And I always like to say this, even a stopped clock is right twice a day, right? So one day they're going to be right. But unfortunately, people are going to remember that. So I don't like to look at these emails until, I like to read these emails about 2-3 weeks later. That's when I like to look at everybody else's emails to see how right they are or wrong they are. But trading investors got nothing to do with being right or wrong. It's to do with trading in blocks of, minimum blocks of 20, 30, and then seeing how successful you are in those 20, 30 trades. Now, here's what I find interesting. So, on my right, I have T2123. My friend, I like him. And I'd like to look at sometimes 4 days and 5 days. David Elliott used to look at 4 days and 5 days. I like the 4 days. 4 days look really good chart. And here's what I'm looking at. First, number one, I've drawn you can see these lines that I've drawn. And it's coming back down to where this trend line here. The trend line changed, when was this? In 2013. Kept coming down to this sort of trend line, or the 30 moving average, whatever form of technical analysis you want to use, okay? Now, on this weekly chart. Now, if you look at this here, this is like a 20, this is a MOBO, this is a 30, this is a 50, this is a 200, okay? Right. So the trend sort of changed here. Came down to the 20 on T2123 here when we had this sell-off. This is when you had them all saying, it's going to sell off. Okay, it's going to sell off. It was going down and it made higher. And then this happened there and it's going to sell off. Came down to a 30 on T2. This basically is saying all stocks, all issues, stocks. We're saying most stocks are selling off. But it never broke below, and I love the 50. I love the 30 and I love the 50, okay, for personal reasons. We had it selling off here, and we had the guru saying it's going to sell off, but it came down to about the 30, but it didn't sell off. We had it saying here again, the guru saying it's going to sell off, it's going to sell off, and it came down to the 20 that time on there. You could have an 8, whatever, it's up to you. There's no set numbers, 21, still work. Selling off again, but what did it do? Most stocks weren't really selling off that much. It's selling off again. Now this thing fell to make a new high here. It's actually taken out the 20, the 30, and it's come down to the 4-day 50. Now this is the first time it's actually done this since (2011). And what did the stock market look like in 2011? Well, let's go along here. We had this crazy little mad period of volatility. Yeah. Okay? This is when you were told, oh my God, this time it's going to happen again. We're going to get worse than 2008 stock market crash. So I'm not saying this is what's going to happen again. I'm just saying this is what I'm seeing on my chart. Am I still long? Yes, I'm still long on my main thing, but I'm saying I'm actually still hedged. If I look at a couple of other things here on let's have a look at these things on a weekly chart. Or 4-day chart, I'll have a look at a couple of things on the 4-day chart. And we'll look at it in relationship to the S&P and look at it in relationship to T2123. Let's have a look at this. So the banks, the bank index. Okay, this is still above. The banks are still above. Above their 50 moving average on a 4-day. Let's look at it on a weekly. I mean to look at a weekly chart. They're still above the weekly 50, okay? The brokers, dealers, they're still above, you know what I mean? When this thing started going to stage 2, making higher highs and higher lows, it's mid-2000, this is not a leading indicator, okay? And stocks were going up way before that. But the point is, these were above the 50, they were in a stage 2. And then this is for some people a confirmation that we're going up. We have investment brokerages, as I just pretty much the same thing. Let's have a look at the Nasdaq. Ooh, Nasdaq, you know, we've had some crazy little bits of volatility here. But, you know, it pierced its 50 here. We can see this did not. This is most stocks. This is just 100 different stocks, right? This is just 100 stocks. This is 500 stocks. This is all issues, okay? Advanced declining. Let's look at this. Right. So 2000, you can see most stocks were advancing up this period of time. Here we got confirmation. So I'm looking at this. Most stocks were advancing. We've got this. Most stocks are selling off. Let me see this on the 4-day chart. You know, I start to pay very, I mean, I'm paying attention now, but this is here. When was this? This is when the stock market was selling off, I believe. Yeah, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah. So we had this crazy volatility. But understand, remember, that the S&P is weighted. Right? So those few heavily weighted stocks are having a bigger influence on this. And this is saying all stocks. This is saying all stocks. Remember that. This is not a fair representation of every single stock in the market. This is the larger cap one's going to have a bigger influence over this. This looks no different from the S&P 100. Okay? It looks exactly the same. Those top few are influencing the shapes and the patterns that you're actually seeing on here. So this is why I like to go, well, what are most stocks doing? Which I like to look at this here. And I like to look at this here. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing. So I'll sum this up in terms of what I'm thinking. Does this mean we're going to have a correction in the market and we're going to sell off like everybody's saying? Not necessarily. You know, I mean, I'm looking at this on a weekly basis. I'm looking at this, and let's look at this on a weekly basis. And so when you're saying, why do you look at that T2123? It's a pile of crap. It's not proven to do anything, and I've seen conclusive evidence because I like it. It seems to work for me. It seems to create consistency for me. It speaks to me, but it doesn't speak to everybody. Some people it says bull, and to some people it says genius, right? You just find the thing that works to you, the thing that speaks to you. I have several things that I look at. I don't just look at that. I'm just showing you that. That's just one. But it speaks to me. I found a way to make it work for me in conjunction with several other things. So do I think we're going to have a sell-off and a correction? I have no idea. And do you know what? I really don't care. Why? Because I'm a trader and I think long and I think short and I love options. Okay, so I'll get a signal to tell me when to go short. I'm just hedged at the moment. I'm not. Am I saying to you, oh, what you need to do is start buying puts? Oh, you've got puts, Patrick. Yeah, that's because my thing hedges itself automatically when a certain price, certain things happen and kick in. And so that there is my best advice. Keep your eyes peeled. Look at this. I'll keep you informed. I'll tell you what I'm looking at, what I'm not looking at, who I'm not listening to, and who I am listening to. And I'm also going to be doing a video very soon about the mindset, because someone says to me, what I'd like, Patrick, I know you do mindsets of a profitable trader, but can you do one about the mindset of an unprofitable trader? I'd like to know, because some other people want to know, oh, just as long as I'm not like that, Patrick, I'm all right. So I'm going to be doing very soon a video about the mindset of the unprofitable trader. And I'll tell you what I'm also going to do. Today, Thursday, the day after my birthday, which was October the 1st, so it's October the 2nd, I'm probably going to have tonight, and have a look at this email, it's probably in there, I'll have an open room. You know, during the day I do an open financial freedom room. I have a lot of my members, subscribers, I have a lot of people in Australia a lot of people in Europe, a lot of people in the US. Okay, that's my 3 main places. And say, I'm not available during the day. Why can't you do this at night time? Why can't you do one at night time? So what I'm going to do for you tonight, okay, Thursday, October the 2nd, at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which unfortunately my friends in the UK, which is 10 p.m. UK time, which I believe is about 6 o'clock Sydney time. I'm sorry, my Sydney friends, if my time is not correct, right? Aussie time. I'll be doing that, okay? So I'll have an open house, an hour. You ask me any questions. I'm happy to answer the questions for you. We'll look at charts. We'll discuss charts. I'll just discuss your questions. We discuss money management. We discuss trading psychology. We discuss trading. We discuss wealth building, passive income, the lot, the financial freedom, independence. Because the truth of the matter is, not many people are trading just because they love trading. They're trading because they want to be financially free, they want financial independence, but they don't really know how to go about it. So tonight's session, open house, the invite, join us. Happy to answer your questions. Come with your questions, because the quality of the questions determines the quality of the answers. There is no set agenda. That's how we do it during the day. I just answer questions and then I'll go off. I am not coming with something to say. It's not like I've prepared a series of slides. It's based on you. What do you want to know? And I will answer your questions for free, okay? So I will see you in Thursday's Financial Free Independence Room session. This is Patrick Stockhausen saying, have a great day. Keep your eyes peeled on those charts. Stop listening to all the hype of going, it's going up, it's going down, it's going up, it's going down, because it will scare you out of your trades, make you start looking at small frequency charts. And remember this, the biggest wealth, the largest sums of money have been statistically, in history has consistently shown this, been trading the monthly and the weekly charts. So if you want to get rich, you want to be wealthy, you want to have lots of assets giving you an income, think longer term. Look at the monthlies, look at the weeklies, and you will join the ranks of the 1%. If you keep looking at the small stuff, you'll stay small. Look at the big stuff and become big. Till then, see you tonight. Patrick Stockhausen. See you then. Bye-bye.